matrix, which matrices are we multiplying? What are the two we're multiplying? A times C. Right, so this technically is number 18 from page 54. We have A as the 2 by 3 matrix with entries 3, 0, and 1. Along the first row, entries -1, 2, and 6 along row 2. C is a 3 by 3 matrix with entries 1, 2, and 3 along the first row, entries 3, 2, and 1 along the second row, and the third row has -2, 4, and 3. So matrix A we've talked multiple times about, right? It's a 2 by 3. Matrix C is a square matrix. It's a 3 by 3. Sure enough, the middle numbers match. The number of columns from matrix A and the number of rows from matrix C match up, so we're able to multiply them. We also know that the dimensions of your product matrix are going to be a 2 by 3. I think that's helpful because it allows us to set up a fill-in-the-blank question, very much like what it's going to look like in Elastic, right? You're going to tell Elastic what size matrix you're building, and then you're going to fill in the spots. It's almost like there's a plan. So, especially when we write it out in order, right? We're supposed to be doing A times C. I take the row from my first matrix, and I stand it on its like a column next to the second matrix. So all of these pairs of numbers that are sitting next to one another, these are the things we're multiplying together. So we'll have 3 times 1, we'll have 0 times 3, we'll have 1 times -2. But how that fills in one spot in the final answer is that we then combine all of those. They get added. Now I move over to the next column, right? 3 and 2 are the numbers that are being multiplied together. 0 and 2 are the numbers that are being multiplied together. 1 and 4 are the numbers that are being multiplied together. They're going to fill in that one entry in my matrix as I combine. Now we continue the same pattern, just move across matrix C. I now look at column 3. 3 is going to be multiplied by 3. 0 is going to be multiplied by 1. 1 is going to be multiplied by 3. Sorry, I'm squeezing that in. I didn't leave nearly enough room. And then we combine. So if you notice,
matrix C, the top right number is supposed to be 2.
Maybe I copied it wrong. Be 3 times 2 right there. Thanks for the catch. At least for the next row, I'm going to try to give myself more room so it's not written so small. So now we're finished with row 1. We're going to repeat the exact same process now with row 2. I stand it on its end like a column. to multiply the pairs of numbers that are next to one another. To fill in that one entry, we then add those products. If I take row 2 from matrix A, multiply it now by column 2 in matrix C, it's negative 1 and 2, that'll be multiplied. 2 and 2, that'll be multiplied. 6 and 4, that'll be multiplied. And we combine them. From matrix A times column 3 in matrix C, and I'm going to continue to point this out in case it ends up being helpful or useful to somebody. That first row in matrix A with entries 3, 0, and 1, 3, 0, and 1 should show up all along row 1 in my answer. So then negative 1, 2, and 6 should show up all along row 2 in my answer. And then if you look at your columns in matrix C, the entries 1, 3, and negative 2, 1, 3, and negative 2 should show up in all of my columns in my answer. The 2, 2, and the 4. And they show up. 2, 1, and the 3 show up. But it's, and I know I sound like a broken record just from what I tell you guys, but I can't be the first math teacher to tell you that a lot of this you have to do over and over and over again so that you kind of build muscle memory, right? But it's your brain, not necessarily your between now and tomorrow. But you know, take any matrices that you see written in your Springboard book and multiply them together just for practice and multiply, provided the dimensions match up, right? A subtracting problem or a multiplication question. If the dimensions don't match up the way that they're supposed to, you just tell me that it's not defined, undefined. What you should not say is no solution. We're not solving anything here. What you should not say is NA. That's never an acceptable answer in that. Don't leave it blank, right? If you leave it blank, you're telling me you don't know the answer. You're not telling me that there isn't an answer. So just type not defined, undefined, something like that. Good question.